Hello, folks. Welcome back in. Messages? I didn't ask for you. But yes, welcome back into the stream. Let's give everyone a second to join on in, but in the meantime, everyone who's here, sound off in the chat. My face has been out there for a while now, Saul. Is that how you pronounce that? Saul? Or is it Saul? That is going to be another mix, Wasim. Today, we're doing the 2025 EDM mix. Or, more specifically, this is going to be a bit of an interesting stream, because today, we're not actually making a mix just yet. Instead, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be gathering as much material as we can for the upcoming 2025 EDM mix that I would like to make. So, today is going to be pretty much all about just gathering as much material as we can feasibly get in order to make something cool sometime this year. I'm excited, and I hope y'all are too. Something else I'd like to share as well is that, let me actually pull this up. Check this out. I have here a Spotify playlist, and this is going to be, let me actually move it over here, and yeah, there we go, out of the way of my face cam. This is my 2025 EDM mix playlist that I actually have started at the top of this year with Duckstep by Temanite and Chime, because I had to. I mean, come on, it's a really good song. So let me show you what I have so far. Just kind of scrolling through here. We've got some new stuff from Millennium, because of course we have something from Disciple. What was this again? I can't remember. This was from Reinforcements Volume 4, that's right. We've got some stuff from Noctu's new album from this year, at the top of this year too. Was it really that long ago? Man. We got all that. We have some Boom Kitty and Temanite. A Gummy Bear song, why not? Pantheon 2, a big sequel to a song that came out 2021, that's right, that's when the first Pantheon came out. Some Eliminate, Violet Pony, Bad Computer, you gotta get some Bad Computer in here, you gotta. Ray Volpe. I have not checked out Ray Volpe's new album just yet. That is on my list of stuff to eventually listen to. Hang on, let me just turn that down so I can hear myself a little better. But yeah, that is on my agenda of things to check out to add to this playlist. So, yeah. We got some Boss Fight, Space Laces, Eptic, Sudden Death, a lot of Sudden Death. Void Volume 2.5 coming out this year was a big thing, for sure. More Space Laces, more Eptic. Exodus Era. I got suggested this artist by Bowtied Media, and I've since been following their work. They make some incredible mid-tempo stuff, really crunchy, glitchy stuff. AU5, I gotta check out his new EP. Is it Emperor Wake, I think? Something like that? I gotta check that out at some point. That is on my to-listen list. We've got some new dub loads, which is a big deal in the bass music community. More Temanite and Boom Kitty, of course. We've got some beatbox stuff, actually, from Wing and Hiss. I've been following a lot of Beat Pella House this year, and some of their singles, I feel like, have some potential to really do some cool things with some of the songs we're gonna add to the mix today. Yes, we are suggesting songs today. I'm just going through my list of what I have so far so that I can let y'all know what I've got. I'll explain a little bit more in a sec. We've got Des X's new album. I have to finish it, but I've got a lot from the new album already. Some stuff from myself. We've got some stuff from the NCS Geometry Dash collaboration, because some stuff on there is actually really dang cool, including Tokyo Machine, Boom Kitty, Everin Maxwell, one of my favorite artists that I need to check out more of, MDK. We got some new Zomboy, good stuff. There's Sudden Death. It was only a matter of time before we started getting more of them. More of myself, more Tokyo Machine, more Bad Computer, of course. Arguably one of the only tracks that I could see being usable in this mix from Violet Pony's new album. I think this is... If this is what I think it is, this is one of my favorite songs from these two in a while, like, lyrically speaking. Good to have you, Mega Lamb. Are we strictly doing EDM? Not necessarily. It is gonna be the wheelhouse I'll be working with the most, but it is not required to be... It is not required to be EDM in order for it to count. If I can see myself using it in the mix, then yes. Nah, don't worry about it, Wasim. I totally get it. Oh yeah, then AU5 had the Snowblind Legacy album, which I checked out in full and added a few of those into here. Which, by the way, I listened to that album in full like once or twice while making the cover art for Laser Quest. That was a hell of a time. Dyadic. Strictly from 2025 though, so... Kind of. So here's the thing. What I am going to look for the criteria, besides the obvious from last time, which is keep it fun, you know, remember the paintbrush? We're still keeping that theme of keep it fun as like the biggest criteria. But beyond that, what I look for is definitely the time frame in order to keep it relevant. So yes, songs from this year are preferable, but I will be allowing songs from as far back as November 1st of 2024, last year, so that it gives people a buffer time to work with. We have Dyadic's new EP. We've got Azazel coming back with a really cool track. We've got the Monster Cat and Undertale 10th Anniversary Remix Pack. I had to include that. Like, come on, I couldn't not. Eliminate. Dodge and Fusky. Ghost-produced. But yeah, we got Deltarune, because that was a big thing this year. One of my absolute favorite tracks from this year, in fact. Even though it isn't necessarily EDM, I still really like it, because it's just such a good vibe, honestly. We got the new Chime EP before he made his switch off of his sound that he's most known for. We got some Champo. There's the whole thing. There it is. Yeah. This was originally like just for the Halloween mix, but honestly, some of the stuff off of this EP is really like nice and like flavorful. It's got a lot of nice texture to it, I should say. We have, I forget what this album is called. Like I Never Left from Interval Audio. I need to finish it and like, because there's a lot that I haven't listened to yet. And so far, it's really good. And I know that Interval Audio also released Without God Season... I do not understand why my mic does that. It hasn't done that until I got this new mic. I hope I wasn't muted for too long. But yeah, all that to say, we have this new stuff from Interval Audio, some new stuff from Sudden Death with His Void Volume 2.5, the new Tokyo Machine EP, which I really liked. The new Sharks EP had to include something from that. Probably Mega Lamb. Probably. Some new Virtual Riot Viper Active. Right. There was stuff from the 404 EP from Eliminate from last year, because that was released in November. So that's an example of what I was talking about, how like stuff from November of last year I am accepting, and Eliminate's where is it? Go to album. Eliminate's Get Off the Internet Redux EP is a prime example of that. Like, that was released last year, but I still am accepting it because it was released in November 22nd of last year. Well into, you know, that month. I could probably stand to include more of this stuff, but I haven't thought to do so just yet. Chime again. More Sudden Death. Right, I think I said I would try to find a way to figure out how to do this particular track, because this one, 10 minutes long, but there is some good material in here that I could work with. The new Skrillex stuff. Yeah, Skrillex released a new EP very recently, like this weekend, and I took a listen to it. Not all of it is for me, but Fuse is really good, and so is the Voltage See You Again kind of hybrid track. Hey there, Jade. Good to have you. Some new Barely Alive. The Stealing Fire remix package. Good stuff. A surprise track from David Guetta that I really enjoyed. I'm gonna see if I can figure something out with that. The new Fool EP, because I really like Fool's stuff. Really good cyberpunky kind of style. Temanite and Slugs with Down in the Depths of the Underworld. There's a bunch of new Andromedex Subfocus Dimension. Right, okay, so as I approach the end of this list, I want y'all to go ahead and get your suggestions ready, because as soon as I am done with looking through this playlist to show you what I have, we are going to go the whole stream just looking at suggestions and coming up with ideas. Once we get as much material as we can, next week we will take all that stuff, put it into practice, and actually get started on the mix. Now we have Exobolt 012. I had to include Exobolt, of course. The Neoluminum Volume 3 package. There is so much good stuff that came out of that. Look at all this. Look how much good stuff came out of that. I mean, it's 2 hours of music. There's bound to be a lot of good stuff in there. I mean, come on. More of Exobolt stuff when I took a second listen. Another Illenium track. Right, this track. There's a bit of a story to this particular track. This track in particular is because of the release of Dispatch, the game that came out in the last month or so. This track isn't released from this year, but it was part of a significant release of this year, so I'm including it. And then, of course, there's the Skrillex and there's the new FU Skrillex EP, or sorry, album, collection, whatever, and the new EP that came out. There's definitely a lot more to go off of, for sure. I'm sure that there's plenty that I'm missing. So here's what I'm gonna do. For the most part, I am going to be doing all of my listening on Spotify specifically, and then gathering all the songs off camera. I'm gonna... So, alright. Now is the time. Everyone watching, go ahead and give me your song suggestions. Remember, 2 things. November 1st of last year is as far back as you're allowed to go. And, of course, keep it fun. Remember the paintbrush? It's our little symbol, our little token to remind us to keep things fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth it. All right, found it. Here we go. So first song suggestion, Spotify links only? Not necessarily. Spotify is what I'm going to be using for the most part. However, it is not a requirement. I will be accepting stuff from YouTube and SoundCloud and even Newgrounds if you happen to find it only on there. But Spotify is going to be my preferred choice because I want to add whatever you suggest that I like to the 2025 EDM mix. Alan Walker Faded is not at all from this year or last year. I will not be accepting that. Please remember the criteria. Anyways, first suggestion is from Gundam. It is Iris Out by Kenshi Yonezu. Let's take a listen to this. Let me turn up the volume, and here we go. Bit of a circusy vibe. Interesting. This is Japanese. It's anime, I assume so. This is bouncy. I like it. Oh, key change? The theme for a movie. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. Folks at home watching, what beverage you got? Remember, we're having a beverage on hand. Remember? What's your beverage of choice? Today for me, a good old Baja Blast. Dr. Pepper and some water, my man. Want links through Discord or just titles through here? I do prefer titles, but if you want to suggest stuff through Discord, I have updated the link to join my Discord server in the description. So if you want to join and suggest stuff, there is a channel in there called Dragon's Rave where you can suggest stuff. Pepsi Max, far too late in the evening. We make poor decisions around here sometimes. I think this is all right. I don't know how it would fit in the mix. I know that I absolutely could probably try to figure something out. Do I or do I not include it? You know what? Gundam. Keep it in mind at the very least. I might come back to this one. Do covers of song count? I would say so. I think, yeah, remixes and covers of songs do absolutely count. Let's see. What else? Next up, Kubrick's Quantum Heart, because, of course. Isn't this, brand new, too? Yeah, this was released, yesterday. All right, so we're getting brand new material. Off the presses. I like it. See, if I was doing my Star House radio, this would be, the first thing that I played, because this would be, a very good, opening track. I really can't wait to do that, man. That is, one of the big projects I've been really looking forward to the most, in all honesty. More on that another time, though. For now... Lyrics in a Cold Breaks track? Is this from Vision? Or is this a sample? Vision is a very prominent Champo artist, so this is gonna be interesting. Oh, it's gonna be dubstep. Ooh. This certainly is vibey. I like the sounds. They're clean. They actually, like, have a distinct sound to them. They're not just noise. All right, what's the second drop gonna be? See, this is how you do quarter notes. You don't just do a wall of noise, you actually make a distinct sound and add in fills and textures to make it your own. Yeah, this is a good one. And I will be adding this to the playlist. I probably would have anyways, because this did pop up in my Spotify feed, like, very recently, so yeah. Whoa! It's very scattergun-esque. I like that. I love the textures of this. See, what I think happened here is Vision had a bit of a melodic and sound design influence mixed with Coldbreaks' design and clean production, because Coldbreaks has some generally clean production, especially with the percussion. So I imagine that that's where that mostly came from. If I had to guess as to how this came about and how, like, trying to figure out who played what role in this. Let's see. When was this released? 2021? That will not be accepted. Remember, Yeserson, I need songs that are from this year as far back as 2024 in November. All right? I will not be accepting anything that is not from that time frame. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose. If this were the Anything Goes mix, I'd listen to whatever you sent, pretty much. Pendulum, Armin van Buren, Rob Swire, Sound of You. That sounds promising as hell. Let's take a look. Yeah, this was released this year. Okay, let's give this a try. D&B? Okay. I don't listen to a lot of D&B. It's not usually my thing, but let's see how this goes. I know about Pendulum and Rob Swire enough to have a general idea of how this is gonna go.
find myself in the eye of a hurricane, another wounded soul. Through the dust I've been trying to call your name. Come and take me home. 'Cause no matter the noise, you're bringing peace to my mind. Being drawn to your voice.
I like that little fluttery kind of thing.
I can find all the words 'cause I've been trying to describe the look in your eyes. The sound of you. When my world was going down, all I needed was the sound of you.
I love the vocals.
All I needed was the sound of you. You. The sound of you. When my head was spinning round, all I needed was the sound of you.
Pretty standard D&B stuff. I've heard this before, kinda. I do like the vocals, though. I think what I might do for this, if I am to use this, what I might do is I'm probably going to take this, like, just the acapella and use that for, like, you know, something throughout. Let me, like, scrub through. Is it...
Felt the pulse of your heart in the shine. Peace in my mind. Being drawn.
Pro tip if you're on Spotify, Shift and arrow keys allow you to scrub through the song, and Control arrow keys, I believe, allow you to skip to the next and previous songs, if I'm not mistaken.
Voice in your eyes going down. All I needed was the sound of you. When my head was spinning round, all I needed was the sound of you.
Yeah, it's still a good song, though. I'll add it. All right, what's next? What's next? A quick and morphic, hot and cold. Was that released this year? Nope, that was released in 2021. That does not count. The Fat Rat and Laura Brim, Give Myself to You. Was that this year? Let's see. It sure was. All right. Oh, cool. Andy has an instrumental version. Sick. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I'm down for some new Fat Rat. Let's take a look.
Please don't let me walk this path.
Cold Breaks is very good for color bass in general, in color bass generally. I agree. And especially color house.
It lights the way I go. Stronger than the universe itself. If you're going
I actually have Underworld already, Night Zombie.
I follow you. I give myself to you.
Another good vocal.
I give myself to you.
Wasn't We'll Meet Again like 2020? Because I remember using that for that mix. Is there like a website where I can get the stems? Mega Lamb?
Give myself to you. Never trust the voices in my head.
This is pretty.
They only made me sad.
Very trancey. I like it. When was Sail Away released?
My shield. I'm tearing out my heart, but I can't
That
feel
was 2024 January. That will not count, I'm afraid.
I give myself to you.
I could see myself using this. Yeah, let's add it in.
I give
Not all songs have stems, though. That's fine. I can extract them myself. I have tools. No, Wasim, you don't have to worry about me, about the whole GD artist thing.
myself to you.
Apart from the time frame criteria and the keeping it fun criteria, technically anything goes still. So I'm not going to stray from GD artists. I just want new stuff is all. There's a newsletter. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see. What's next? What can I do next? I just did that one. What came after that? Andromedac only one. You are the only one. You are the only one that kept me alive. Oh, this is part of a full album. Holy moly. I was not expecting that. Well, how about this? I'll listen to this song, and if I like it, I might actually go and check out the whole album in my own time. Because here's the thing. I will be accepting album and EP requests. However, instead of actually just doing those as like... Instead of listening to them in full on stream, what I'm going to do is save them to listen to in my own time, because otherwise I'm just going to listen to like 12 tracks in a row before I listen to someone else's suggestion. And that's not really fair to everyone else. So I'm going to try and maximize, the amount of time that I am able to spend listening to as many people's suggestions. So if anyone has album and EP suggestions, I am all for those as well. Just with that little caveat in mind, it's not going to be listened to directly on stream. But because I did not know this was going to be part of an album, and this was specifically a song request from this album, what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to this track specifically, and if I like it, I'll listen to the album in full in my own time. Until then, let's see what this is. Yeah, no, I didn't think you were a Mega Lamb. Don't worry. All right, I'll check that out in a sec, Phoenix. I have Heave Ho already, so we're good on that one. I wouldn't say it's a complete change-up. I have, since I already have it. Is this C&B again? I like the synths. Yep. Yeah, I would say that this is kind of a similar D&B style again to what we've heard before. At least that I've heard before. I like that. It's all right, but I'm personally not vibing with it too much, I wouldn't say. So I will unfortunately have to pass on this one. What else did we have? Yes, we are using 2025 songs this time. There's no one in the entire world that didn't hear this song, MGL? What's MGL? Also, Slash Inferno, I was not really a big fan of, to be honest. I did, like, take a listen to let me actually, like, listen to it again just to remind myself how it goes, because I'll give it another chance, but I don't remember really liking it. But we'll see. Maybe my opinion changes. Wait, what's that? Oh, yeah, that was December of last year. Okay, that counts. Let's go for it. I hear the Water Flame influence, like, front and center with, like, the theatricality and the dulcimers. The choirs being a Temanite thing. Ooh, I like that. The flutteriness. Flutter bass synths are, like, one of my favorite things. Skeletal shenanigans. See, y'all should have suggested this for the Halloween mix. Fire in the Hole. Does this actually use that? Wait.
Run.
Right, I'm remembering how this goes. The level has it. Okay, well. See, it's kind of cool. It's all right. I'll listen to, I'm listening to these in order of which they've been shared with me in the chat. So if I don't get to yours right away, it's not because I'm ignoring it. It's because I am trying to get through them in order so everyone has a fair chance. I don't remember this. Holy. All right, fine. You won me over. I'll add this in. God damn it, man. And what's funny is that hardstyle isn't usually my thing, but like the way that was executed is really cool. You might have heard Slash and not Slash Inferno. No, I did hear both. I guess I didn't give Slash and I did not give this enough of a fair chance. Holy moly. Yeah, no, I'm glad that y'all kind of peer pressured me into listening to this again because this was so well worth it. The second half saved it. For sure. Oh my god, man. Oh, speaking of Slash. Let's see. What was it? The Fat Rat Genius, someone suggested. So I'll go with that next. This is funk, isn't it? I think I recall this.
Through sweat and blood, I there's nothing you can do to stop me. I'm soaring high, you're going down. And I can't stop running, I won't stop running. There's no way I'm gonna stop. You can beat me, you may defeat me, but you will learn I never give up. When the pain comes, you run away, cause you were afraid that you're gonna fall. I'm walking through fire up the hill. It's meant to be. Forging a kingdom through my will. While you live in a fantasy.
Oh, I like that chord.
With the power of my will.
Is this all it is?
You're caught in dreams, I am working.
Is this like a pop song?
Chasing joy, I stand the pain.
Okay, I gotta completely like look this over again, like with a completely different mindset, because I expected this to have like a proper drop or something, or like some sort of progression. No, this is like a full-on pop song pretty much. This is totally different from what I expected.
Go mellow warm while I am burning. You waste your nights, I seize the day. Every day, every day, every day.
It's incredible, the twists and turns. I agree. That definitely caught me off guard.
Doing the things you know you should do, you're waiting too long. When the pain comes, I will embrace it, knowing it's only making me strong. It's only making me strong, making me strong. I'm walking through fire up the hill. It's meant to be. Forging a kingdom through my will. While you live in a fantasy.
That chord,
Power of my will.
so cool.
Sun goes down and the hunt is on. What you gonna do when they're coming for you? Fight until the break of dawn. Time is running out, you're calling. Hey, you've been dreaming way too long.
This song has a lot of potential, but it feels very held back. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's doing. It almost feels like afraid to like do anything more with itself. Does that make sense? Like it almost feels like it wants to do something more, but it's like it's keeping its energy contained, I feel. At least in my opinion, it feels very held back compared to what it could be. So yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna pass on this one. Glorious Thunder Zone 2 Water Flame. I have not listened to Water Flame properly in a hot minute. At least not a Water Flame track like by itself, like where it's Water Flame on his own. It's usually a collaboration, so this is going to be interesting for sure. The last time I properly listened to Water Flame just by himself was when I was doing research for the GDC radio station, if any of you remember that. Also, this song is nearly 6 minutes. My goodness. Rip Skips, good to have you. Sorry, I almost missed you. I'm so scrolled up in the chat because I want to make sure I catch all of your suggestions. What beverage of choice do y'all have on hand? Consuming deviled eggs and water. That's quite a combo. But hey, you're staying hydrated. I respect that. There's new Nimda out? Ooh, I'll have to check that out in a little bit. I love me some good Nimda stuff. Hey Gundam, I see your Ready Steady Go cover suggestion. Can you send me a link to specifically the one you're talking about? That would be greatly helpful. This is kind of cool, but it's just a journey you kind of like vibe to in the background more than anything else, in my opinion. I don't feel like nothing really stands out to me, in my opinion. I don't feel like I can do much with this unless I've listened to this like 100 times and I know it by heart enough to be able to have it supplement other tracks, if that makes sense. So a bit strange in that regard, but otherwise, it is cool, I will admit. That kind of stuff is really nice. I would listen to that in my own time. I'll give it a like, at the very least. Let's see. We already had Glorious Thunder Zone. Porter Robinson, Kill Me for Always. Didn't he release the Smile album this year? Or was that last year? Let me actually see. Smile, yeah, that was last year. When last year? July, dang it. Never mind. Kill Me for Always, featuring Porter Robinson by Michael Clifford. Interesting. All right. You suggested this. I'll do this.
The castles I built just to fall. I thought I could hold up the wall. The soldiers are standing there tall. They let their guard down when you sang and you kissed them all. The castle is me. Be careful the lies you believe about me. Can't you see? We broke the truce and now here come the enemies. You leave my tears on your face till it's a little bit too late. Little bit too late. Decisions I'm having to face. Yeah, they've been killing me to make. Killing me to make. The knife in my back is the least of my worries. The blood's on your hands. You left a scar in your place, and it's been written in your name, so you can kill me for always. Always.
Is this leading to something?
So you can kill me for
Or is this another pop adjacent kind of song?
always. Always. So you can kill me for always. The comforting tale
Just casually grabbing some song suggestions to add to the queue.
would never get old, but these poisonous hands that I hold, they tore up my gardens, burnt them, every last rose in the garden is me.
This is pretty.
I colored my blood so you'd see what I want you to see, and I can't sleep in the shadows of statues you've built out of me. You leave my tears on your face till it's a
I'm just hoping for one climactic moment. That's what I'm hoping for.
decisions I'm having to face. Yeah, they've been killing me to make, killing me to make. The knife in my
I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be EDM. It just has to fit well within the context of like a mix, I feel. So here's the thing. I also have been making dubstep gaming mixes for a little bit now. And I've already released one, and I have a second one that's pretty much almost ready to be released that I just have on the back burner. And that is not just dubstep and EDM. It also has rock or orchestral stuff to go with it. So, you know, adjacent genres that fit well within the context of EDM could also be suggested. All I ask, once again, is keep it fun. That's all I ask. That is literally the only thing that I ask for. So, yeah, I would not worry too much about that. Work as a would you generally prefer instrumentals rather than with lyrics? That's not at all an issue. Even if a song had lyrics that I didn't like, I have a tool that allows me to extract the lyrics out of a song and vice versa with the instrumentals. So if I want just the vocals of a song, I actually can take those out and separate them into its own stem myself using a tool that some of you guys actually suggested called Ultimate Vocal Remover. I think it was Tigrisec or was it Tigrisec? Is that how you pronounce it? I always pronounced it Tigrisec, but they suggested Ultimate Vocal Remover to me a little while ago. So since then, I've been using that as my main source for creating stems for tracks. Let's see. So yeah, lyrics are not really something to worry about, I would say. David Guetta, I'm Good was not released last year. I know that song. I do not believe it was released last year. There's no way. That was released well, there was a Tiesto remix. That's different. Yeah, that was 2022, my dude. The Tiesto remix, when was that released? Also 2022, so no. Coldbreak's Last Chance, that is in the queue. And actually, just for you, Wasim, I also grabbed Blocked, because that was released in December of last year as well. I still listen to your Meme DM too sometimes. Hey, nice. I'm really glad. That's probably, of my released mixes, one of my absolute favorites, just because that's another example of a mix where I didn't really care too much about, focusing too much on making it sound, like everything would work together. All I focused on was, what songs would go well with what memes, and I just went with, what I was vibing with in the moment, basically. I didn't focus too much about anything regarding that. That's why you're on my top 3 favorite mashuppers. I appreciate that. Just generate a black hole in the song so the singer gets sucked into it, so you don't have to worry about the vocals. Way easier than installing a plugin. See, the tricky part with that is you also got to be careful to not touch it yourself, because if you pass that event horizon, you're also going to be lost to it too. So I would be careful with that technique. Absolutely a great technique for sure, but you really have to be careful with it if you plan on using it. So just bear that in mind, Let's see. Next up, we have Our Time by Afrojack, Martin Garrix, David Guetta, and Emil. A huge lineup of names, but I have heard of this song, and I have heard some mixed thoughts about it. So let's see what this is.
Life has a new horizon with each day that passes by. I don't care about tomorrow, 'cause right now it's just you and I. Let go, my
Also, Gundam, were you gonna send the cover on YouTube in the Discord? That was it?
Why don't we break the silence? Burn like the brightest fire. All of our time is borrowed, so let's make it worth the while. Like, oh my God, I got this feeling, and for all my life, I never felt.
Yes, please. I can't see links if you post them in the chat because they get auto-blocked completely. Alright, got it. Yeah, see, just searching for it through your thing there, I would not have been able to find that link. So, yeah. We're good, we're good. Kind of generic, you know, festival house kind of stuff. And it's so short, too. Given the names on show, I'll admit, I expected more. Like, it's okay, but it doesn't feel like it does anything. Like, anything special for that matter. But anyways, I'm going to take a look at this song that Gundam suggested. It's a cover of Ready, Steady, Go. Let's see what this is. I have no idea what to expect. I've heard of a cover of it before, but let's see what this is. All right. I think that this is kind of cool, but I don't really vibe with it too much, especially knowing, like, hearing other versions of it. I think I kind of prefer other versions to this, and that just kind of... I know that I'm supposed to treat this like its own thing, but it's pretty hard for me to understand even the English words that are being spoken, or sung for that matter. Yeah, the Amelie version is better. That's the cover that I had in mind when That's the cover that I had in mind when thinking about this song, admittedly. So I'm sorry to the person who created this cover. I mean no offense, but this is not my personal favorite. I do prefer the Amelie cover that I have first heard. It's too old for this. Yeah, unfortunate, but I do appreciate you trying. Let's see. Let's go back to Spotify, and what do we have next? Next up, we have Last Chance by Coldbreaks. So here we go. Ooh, okay. Getting right into it. Coldbreaks tends to waste no time. See what I mean? They've got fantastic percussion. Yeah, this is a good vibe. This is a clear contender. Adding it to the playlist. The one thing about Coldbreaks that I tend to be a little frustrating personally, if I had to have any sort of gripe whatsoever, it's just that it feels like a lot of his songs these days don't have any one clear idea, if that makes sense. Like, one listen is not enough for me to remember how the song goes. And it doesn't grip me enough. It's a good vibe and it's clearly well produced, but the ideas don't catch me well enough for me to retain it after the first listen, which I think is very important in this day and age. Oh, but it's still awesome though. Holy moly. I'm gonna scrub through a little bit. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Crap. All right, I gotta go back. Hang on. I meant to hit shift arrow, not control arrow. Control arrow skips the songs. So I gotta fix that. Add to queue. Add to queue. Alright, for this I could just... Oh, it has a long fade out. Oh, okay. That's all I wanted to know is where it was going after that drop. All right, cool. Let's do Blocked by Cold Breaks, because I saw that that was released in 2024, but in December. Or was it December or was it November? No, it was November, but it was November 7th, which means that it still fits within the criteria. So I'm going to take a look at this too real quick, just to see what this is. Okay, already I'm glad that I am. This already has potential. This has the old Cold Breaks vibe. I do like old Cold Breaks. Oh, this was part of his ID showcase. I remember this. Oh, I'm excited for this. Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. All right, what else we got? What else we got? I gotta add to the queue. What else y'all got? Oh, what's that? See, this is a better example of what I'm talking about. It has some, like, melodic moments that have, like, ways of, like, sticking into your head. Da-da-da-da. That's different. It's like got a little... Wait. Oh, it switched. It had like a whoop, whoop right before every single hit. Someone suggested Maddie on high. I'll add that to the queue. That was this year, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it was. Alright, what else y'all got? I'm adding a ton of stuff to this. Next up, we have Focus by John Summit and Cloves. So, while this song finishes up, I'm gonna see if y'all have any more suggestions. Send me as many as y'all want, because I'm trying to fill up this playlist with a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is a lot more my speed in terms of, like, memorability. It has, like... It doesn't have a solid idea, but it is enough for me to... somewhat remember it a little more. All right, next up we have John Summit with Focus featuring Cloves. It's just tricky because of what's released this year. There's a lot that's released this year. Don't underestimate yourself, man. There's a lot that got released this year. I mean, did you see the playlist I showed y'all at the beginning? I could go back through it if you want. We're probably gonna get some festival house kind of stuff.
Silence is the loudest voices screaming at me, laying by your side.
Well, shoot, yeah, you're right. But that doesn't mean it's not worth, like, looking for stuff that's adjacent to that.
So won't you pull my love, 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 pull my love into
Oh. Again, trance adjacent. I really like this. For that, I do, anyways. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty cool.
times I know there's still a place where we exist. An exposure's not a friend of mine, but I have seen a movie quite like this. How we get so lost inside of this room, watching you turn into someone I never knew. I remember life, but it's slipping out of you, holding on to you. And if we focus on this moment, bring the fragments of the darkness into light. So won't you pull my love, 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 pull my love.
It's alright, I think. Nothing too stand out. Nothing really stands out to me about this, I feel. Unfortunately. It doesn't feel as if it goes anywhere. It's just, you know, a radio track. It's a very safe track that's very good for listening, but nothing stand out about-ish, I feel. Nothing really too, like, interesting. Okay, but the next song, however, Toby Fox and Camellia? I think that's how you pronounce that. Camellia. With Theater Creator. Ho ho. This is going to be something really... This... Toby Fox and Camellia, just on paper alone, sounds just wild. You were right the first time. So Camellia... Okay, 1. Camellia. 2. Camellia. 1 or 2? Which one do I have it? Already. Good Lord. Oh my God, we've only just started. What the hell is this? We've only just started and I already have a headache. Oh God, here we go. Yes, thank you, Mega Lamb. Thank you for suggesting against that. This is wild. This is too much for me. Where did that come from? Oh, and then it's just over. We're just moving on from that. What the hell is this? This is the world revolves. Freaking Jevel's theme just turned up to 11, man. Yeah, sure, Rip Skips, go for it. Jesus Christ, dude. It just keeps going. I'm sorry. This is way too much for me. Oh my god, man. Look, I'm all for wild and crazy stuff, but that's a little much for me. Stuff like that's that fast, that wild that you can't even keep up with is a little much for me. Okay, yes, Sir Sin, I would appreciate it if you would let, like, some other people suggest more stuff, please. I need more people to suggest more stuff as, like, in tandem with, like, so it's not just one person suggesting stuff. Please. But, what else we got? Alright, what's the new Waterflame song? Let me look on Spotify. It must be on Spotify, right? Surely. Is it Nightmare Forest? Do I have that right? Is that the new Waterflame song that's premiering right now? Jade Flight is like a decade old? That would not work for this, mate. No, I know that, but like I just need to know like what the name of the song is so I have it right, because I'm going to listen to it on Spotify so I can add it to the playlist. That's what I'm asking for. But first, I got a YouTube suggestion, so I'm going to go take a quick listen to that.
I think you'll enjoy being a robot.
Let's see if you can fight better than you can sing.
A year ago, December 3rd. Wait, no, this was December 3rd, 2023. That's a shame. That means I cannot use that. If it was December of 2024, absolutely I'd use that. But unfortunately, that doesn't fit the criteria. Yeah, I know, Rip Skips. Anything from November 1st of last year, 2024, to now is what I'm accepting for this. That was from Ratchet & Clank 3. You would be correct. That was indeed Courtney Gear's Madsy remix. I might still take a listen to that at some point. Okay, I assume... Wait, no, it's not Nightmare Forest. Nightmare Forest was October... There we go. 31st. All right, Waterflame. Let me just search on YouTube. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is a level he premiered. It is properly epic, like most of Waterflame stuff. But there's no name for it. Not yet, anyways. Yeah, the only, like, there'll probably be a title after the premiere. The premiere's over. It still says Water, Flame, Music. That's still what the title is, unfortunately. Like, if I refresh... Yeah, that's still what it is. So far, we don't have a title, and we don't have a release on, like, social platforms, like Spotify or whatever. I'll come back to it once I see an official release. Once I see an official release from them, then I'll go ahead and, like, take another listen to it. But for now, let's see what else we got in the queue. So, again, as many suggestions as y'all want, so I can, like, get some more stuff in. Next up, we have Quicksand Don't Go by Above and Beyond and Zoe Johnston. I'll figure that out. Yes, please. Thank you.
There will come a time when I'm in quicksand, when I have to help my heart to stand.
I'm assuming this is going to be very trance adjacent because it's Above and Beyond. I know Above and Beyond enough to know that they are very ethereal with their sound. Ooh, my hands are freezing. Oof. We've had the heat turned off in our house for like a couple months now. And we kept the windows open for a little while now to let natural air in, so we don't have to spend so much money on PG&E bills. But now the heat is like properly gone out of California, so now we're dealing with just cold, and even keeping the windows closed, we're still getting some proper chills. My hands are kind of freezing because of it. So if you see me doing this a bunch, that's why. All right, let's see what this is. Very big build-up. Ooh. Yes. I think I can work with this. I will happily add this. This makes me think of the times when I used to make Global Digitality and Global Digitality 2 by proxy. Because back then, a lot of the Geometry Dash related music that I would listen to was very trance adjacent. Just like this. So the fact that this reminds me of that is a really good sign in my opinion. I really like this. This is like a high quality version of the stuff I used to listen to back when I made stuff for that community. Back when I used to make mixes in a certain format where I didn't really care too much about proper transitions and stuff. Treb die. Oh, and it's over already? That's a shame. Let's see if this was released this year. 2024, December 20th of 2024, though. It's a short song, though. I'll add it to the queue. All right, we got another one added to the queue. Cool. So we got... all right. So, yeah, that song, Quicksand, that was very pretty. That, like I said, it really reminds me of when I used to make stuff for Global Digitalities 1 and 2. Because, like, back then... it was very, like, how I used to make mixes was very free form, and I didn't really care too much about having proper transitions or letting songs play out in full or having space to breathe necessarily. Instead, back then, I just focused on having, you know, nonstop, like, go, 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 keep the energy going. Kind of. Sorry about that. Anyways. But yeah, so back then it was very just like song on song on song, just keep on going, and sometimes even doing 2 songs in like at once to like keep the energy like flowing for the most part. It was a different time back then when I used to make mixes, or at least the way I would make mixes back then. I feel like it was very, back then I didn't care too much about formulas or how I made mixes. It was just a very one after the other kind of approach. And I've been listening to Global Digitalities 1 and 2 recently, like re-listening to them and just trying to get an idea of like what I used to do back then in terms of my process, how I used to go about the makings of my mixes back then. I really love just the approach of, I don't care, I like this part, I'm going to include this part specifically, and then while this part is going, I'm going to also transition into another drop. And then while that drop's going, I'm going to transition it into another drop, but I'm going to keep this drop going at the same time. And, that kind of thing where it's like, I don't really like care too much about making it sound like too professionally clean or too professionally like made or anything like that. Or GDT. What's GDT? I can't remember what that is. Global Digitality 2? Just to make sure, if I'm suggesting a song, it has to be something from 2024. Not necessarily. It can go back as far as November 1st of 2024, but November 1st of 2024 to now is the release time frame that I'm working with for what songs can be added to this mix. So anything in that time frame is what I'm working with. So yeah. Anyways, that was a really good song. I think Yeserson suggested Quicksand, and thank you for that. That was a good that was a really good song suggestion. I think it made me think of like times of how I used to do mixes back then, and if it does that, it's doing something right. Again, keeping it fun, keeping it interesting, reminding me of how I used to have fun making mixes. That is always going to be a good thing in my opinion. K-Bad News, Waterflame was indeed featuring a GD level with the song Stronghold of Memories from 2022, which is a remix of Field of Memories 2 from 2022. Okay, so that's... I had a feeling something was off about that because he didn't have any links, he didn't play any he didn't have any new uploads on Spotify or nothing. So I had a feeling that song in particular wasn't necessarily going to be a new track, unfortunately, just off of, deduction off of that video. But regardless, let's move on. Next up is Last Song featuring Fauzia. I hope I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that. By Alan Walker.
Your words are paper thin, you play them like a tiny
I've not been too impressed with Alan Walker's new material, so let's see if this fixes that. I have officially run out of my beverage. Why did I enlist Laser Quest by my MDK Laser Quest mix? Because I wanted to... I'll answer that question after I listen to this. In the meantime, I could use some more suggestions from y'all. I'm starting to run out in my queue, so by all means, go ahead and suggest some more, guys. Please. Bouncy. A Chase and Status song. That's it? That's it for that drop? Come on. Lame.
You do best, play on every string.
Bad news, Yesterson. This song is too old.
Yeah, one last
It was released in August of last year. That's too old for this.
This is where it is. Let the strings play and the bass drum roar. Tell me you'll stay for one more encore. Promise on
This song has good potential, but the drop is just too short.
last song. Let the bells ring harmony.
It's such a shame because the orchestration is really pretty. The vocal, pretty. See, if it did this with the drop the first time, it would have been good. But I don't know, that rubs me the wrong way. Alright, anyways. Hi by Maddion is next. So here's the deal. I will play this in a sec, but first, I gotta, someone asked, why did I unlist Laser Quest MDK? So here's the thing. For a while now, during my time making GD related content for the GD community, I was starting to get a little bitter towards the community because of the fact that I wanted to branch out, and anytime I did, I would not get that same retention that the GD community would give me towards anything else that I was doing. And I was not having any of that. I was very frustrated, to say the least. It was very upsetting, and I wanted to do away with my affiliation to Geometry Dash, so I unlisted anything that had to do with Geometry Dash even remotely. And that includes songs that are like by artists that are prominent in the community, MDK being a very big one for that matter. So I enlisted it, but all of the GD related content I've ever made is still in a public playlist to be found. So if you want to find any of that stuff, you can. It's just in a public playlist called GD related. You just have to search for it under my channel, go to playlists, and then you'll be able to find it. This was in October 25th of last year. You know what? I'll make an exception for this one. October 25th of last year, I'll make an exception for this one. I'll add this to the queue. I Want Blood, Dance with the Dead, Sean Phillips. I'll make an exception and take a listen. I have debated recently about whether or not I should relist all of the videos, though. Especially once I start making content again. Because I feel like once I start making content again and all the new stuff comes out, I feel like that might give me more justification to relist all those videos. Because of the fact that I feel like enough time has passed, I feel like the people that have stuck around at this point are all people that are here for me and my new content rather than just for the niche that I was catering to for a long while. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. GD didn't take a good opportunity in the mashup and mixing stuff. I agree and disagree because I feel like yes, because I feel like no, because they allowed for some really cool mixes, but only within their own community. They wanted more of the same music. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know why my new mic does that. It's only this. It's only this new mic, and it's only because it's coming out of my audio interface rather than being plugged in via USB. It's so weird that it does that. I don't know why it does that, but thank you guys for pointing that out. I would have missed that otherwise. So, okay. What did I say after I said agree and disagree? Thank you. That's where I left off. Okay, so I agree and disagree with the notion that GD didn't take a good opportunity in the mashup and mixing stuff because of the fact that I feel like there's a lot of potential to mix with within the Geometry Dash community, because I've said in the last live stream that a lot of music that came out of that community is very diverse and unique from anything else I've listened to on radio. And, you know, in the era of playlistification that we have today, with all these radio like friendly songs where people aren't really doing anything too exciting and people aren't really doing anything too interesting, people are playing it safe too much. I've fallen out of love with Illenium's stuff because of that. I've fallen out of love with my then favorite artist's music because he became very radio friendly to the point of where he lost all his personality within his music, and I just wasn't having any of that. Geometry Dash music, back when I used to listen to that, was so diverse, so unique, so interesting that it just created something that was so different to anything you would hear otherwise. It's kind of crazy to me, but I will agree that they missed an opportunity because even though the Geometry Dash community is very diverse and unique in terms of its music, it's a little too simple-minded, in my opinion, with the fact that they only want more of the same songs rather than diversing from the community and mixing it with like label songs like Monster Cat or Never Say Die or Rushdown or Disciple, for that matter, all that stuff. There's a lot of good music, but I promise you 90% of what people wanted to see was the same 100 songs. I would argue 300. I mean, Global Digitality 2 was a prime example of that, mixed with each other, and that gets boring eventually. It does get boring eventually, yes. I wanted to keep doing Geometry Dash music for a while, but I also wanted to mix it with other stuff, but the people in my community at the time weren't having any of that, which frustrated me, which is why I wanted to stop catering to it altogether for the time being. But now I feel like enough time has passed and I've made more of a new standard for myself that I feel like I can kind of come back gently in such a way that I can give them what they want while also giving them something they didn't know they wanted. That's what I want to do. That's what I've wanted to do from the off. Let's see. Let me add some more songs to the queue because we still have a queue to listen to. The Geometry Dash community has evolved past the same few songs as of 2023. See, that's cool to hear, but it's also one of those I'll believe it when I see it kind of things. So if you guys suggest songs from the community that are new, like as of this year, within the criteria I've set, I'm all for listening to those. By all means, like, I am all for new stuff. That's what I want, is more new material. Because, yeah, the songs in the Geometry Dash community are cool, but you can only listen to them so many times before a good majority of them get boring. At least to me. And I feel like that's especially the case with songs that are not really well produced. Because here's the thing about the Geometry Dash community that I think is really cool. It encourages people, because of the fact that, like, people are making songs to be used in levels, it almost encourages people to make their own stuff in the hopes that they can make a level out of it. But then sometimes those same people, then after trying the music making process, think, that was fun. I made something cool. I want to do that again. And so they keep making more and more stuff. I mean, look at freaking Boom Kitty. Look at Waterflame. Look at Boss Fight. Look at where they were back then in the Geometry Dash community compared to where they are now. Waterflame is collaborating with Temanite and making a name for himself in bigger spaces. Boom Kitty, also collaborating with Temanite, is also on Tokyo Machine's Champo label, which is huge. Boss Fight is one of the most prominent artists on Monster Cat. You don't get that from very many other communities like that. That's kind of like, at least in my opinion, that's really like large to evolve into, in my opinion. Still focus heavily on the same older artists and songs it's used to. I'm not surprised, to be honest. People like familiarity and nostalgia, especially like younger communities. And the Geometry Dash community, let's be honest, a lot of them are children. I mean, that's just like the mass demographic. That's not to say it's a bad thing, but it is just a factor to keep in mind. Let's see. Before the 2.1 update, now that it's branched out to include things like the full NCS catalog. Yeah, the fact that Rob Top himself has been making announcements to include larger artists and catalogs of music from like NCS and most recently Tokyo Machine and Champo, that's pretty big. And I hope that that encourages people to use more new material. It's really cool, in my opinion. It's really cool to see that kind of stuff. It used to be that people could only use songs from Newgrounds. Yeah, exactly. But now that the catalog is expanding, now people are more spoiled for choice, which is really cool. Okay. Apologies, I have been rambling for quite some time now. We've got some song suggestions to listen to, so I think it's time we go ahead and get back to where we were. So next up we have "Hi" by Madion. That's it. Hi. This is distorted. Heavy rock vibes. This is so different from what I'm used to from Madion. We love it. What did I just find? Holy moly. Sorry, I'm just astonished by something that someone suggested. Also, as much as I'm enjoying the song suggestions, the discussion stuff with y'all is really nice too, so don't get me wrong on that. This is different, but I really like it. I could see myself trying it. I'll add this in. Yeah. This is kind of cool. Once you finish taking suggestion lists at the end, all the new songs added by us, don't forget. What I could do instead, actually, is at the end of the stream, I can give you guys the playlist so y'all can take a look at every song that's actually in the mix. It's listed in order of song of date added, rather than like name of the song, artist of whoever made it, or when it got released, that kind of thing. So at the end of the stream, I'll go ahead and and give you guys a link to the... In fact, how about I do that now? I'll do that. I can share, copy link to playlist. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Come on back. Thank you. Paste it. And then I can go ahead and pin the message. So anyone that wants to take a look at the playlist for themselves on Spotify or on the web version of Spotify, you can do so with the link that I have pinned in the chat. I should have done that from the beginning. I forgot that you could do that you can pin messages in stream chats. But, yeah, so anyways. Yeah, so anything that got added today starts with Quantum Heart by Coldbreaks. Quantum Heart by Coldbreaks and onwards is the stuff that got added. So, yeah, if anyone wants to take a look and see what's added, that's the best way to do so. Also, Mega Lamb, congratulations on being the #1 chatter in the chat so far. Congrats. What else do we got? Next up, we have Die by Treb, EDE, and Tanger. This is going to be interesting. Jade suggested this and said that this is going to be quite different from what I'm used to and might not even fit, but I'm willing to give it a shot anyways. Thanks, I ramble on apparently. Hey, to be fair, I know someone else who rambles quite a bit. Let's take a listen to this, shall we?
On the last day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. 9 pretty flowers, 8 lovely letters, 7 there's a red cross on his vest that isn't mine. 4 apologies, 3 missed calls, too many lies, and a lawsuit for breaking his knee. Amy was wrong, but your tongue tied twisted. Bad boys only get cold for Christmas. Lucky for you, I got something special. Lit it on fire, watch it burn, 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 burn.
This is certainly different. You are right.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready or not, here I go. You can never run too far. I'm getting closer. There you are.
Ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door. It's basically that song, but in like a hard style, modern era kind of vibe. You have him as a plush. I do indeed have the little guy as a plush. He just sits on my one of my speakers as like a little accompanying friend. Different is one way to put it. Yeah, that's how you put it. So I agree with you on that. I just love the idea of like, I wish he had arms I could move. I could have him waving. That would be so funny. Ah, man. Anyways. So will you be doing a Christmas mix? This is not a Christmas mix that I'm going to be making. It's a 2025 end of year mix. I used to do these all the time, all the way until 2020. I tried making one for 2021, but it didn't end up coming through. I think 2021 is when I started to take an unofficial hiatus from making mixes after the meme-themed mix. It's crazy to think that I haven't posted anything of substance to my channel in 4 years, just about. It's kind of crazy. I meant this song would seem it would fit a Christmas. It would fit a Christmas vibe, wouldn't it? But anyways, the next song is going the opposite direction. This one's going back into the Halloween times. So this one is like late October of last year, but I'm making an exception because I feel like if it gets close to Halloween and it's like made kind of for that, I'm willing to, accept that, I feel. So let's take a listen to see what this is. I Want Blood by Dance with the Dead and Sean Phillips. Oh! It's a rock song, okay. At least so far it is. I did have a Toby Fox song on my playlist. I also had a Toby Fox and Camellia song earlier, and it was too much for me. So let's see if this one's any better. Where is it? Whoa. I can't find the song. Chosen Anew? Alright, relax, Wasim. You don't get to make demands. I'm already looking at that song, Yesterson. Relax. But also, that song was from 2023, so that won't work, unfortunately. I like this song. I could add this in. Blind Shadow Circuit. Let's see what this is. I'll add it to the queue. Yes, I am Commander Kez. Okay. Shadow Circuit. This is 6.5 minutes long. This is the length of a Glitch Mob song. I'm afraid I don't know who that artist is. Ooh, guitar solo. Let's go. I did add that. That's in my queue. I was actually gonna mention that song you suggested comes from an album that's literally 150 songs. How in the hell? And most of the songs in there are from have titles in Japanese too. My goodness. I'm gonna actually go to the album of this, and I'm gonna send this to. I'm gonna copy the link to this and send it to my roommate. See what he thinks, because I feel like this might give him a lot of material to look for. See how this goes. Commander Kez is Madhouse Dude. I haven't heard that name in a long time. It's because it's an OST. Don't listen to the full album. You can't tell me how to live my life. Dance with the Dead is great. Their newest stuff doesn't get as much love, but it's just as good. I'll take your word for that. It's Zenless Zone Zero. Is that what this album is called in English? I assume so. All right, cool. Sorry, I had to give some clarification to my roommate. That's the name of the game. Gotcha. That makes sense. Zenless Zone Zero. So yeah, that's what that's from. There's some other epic songs in there, but they won't be all. That's fine. I mean, like I said, keep it fun. That's all I care about. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I Want Blood. That's a good song. I added that to the mix playlist. Next up, we have Armin van Buuren and Satcha with "Set Me Free." Here we go.
You have to keep going, keep moving on.
They say I'm just a dreamer, delusional believer, but floating in this ecstasy. I know that you were meant for me. I've been feeling lonely for my one and only. You were my present answered me. Now I'm in heaven finally. I've been waiting for this.
This is gonna be total trance, isn't it? Yes, more song suggestions, please. Please, 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 please. More, more, more. This one has over 500 million plays. I'll add that to the queue. Pretty. I can see myself working with this. Yesterson taking us into the really pop-oriented stuff, but also please remember the time frame of what songs can be suggested. Because if it's a song from 2024 before November 1st, I'm not going to accept it for this mix. Tomo, good to have you. What are we working on? Right now, we are not actually making a mix just yet. Instead, today, we are gathering song suggestions to add to the playlist that is in the pinned comment in the chat, so that by the time next week we come back to it, and we are going to make the 2025 EDM mix starting next week, or at least I plan on making the mix off camera, but a good bulk of it will be worked on stream. For now, however, I want to add as many songs as I can that I think could actually work with the mix. So we're adding to the playlist as much as we can. And in tandem, adding to the material that we could work with. So anyone that wants to suggest stuff, what I suggest, for one, the criteria remains the same as last time. Keep it fun. You know, remember the paintbrush? That's our icon. That's our little symbol for keeping things fun, because if it's not fun, in my opinion, it's not worth it. But other than that, the only criteria that I am keeping in mind for this, November 1st of last year to now is the time frame of which you can suggest songs. So yeah. Anyways, let's continue with this song. This is an extended mix? Okay. I'll do that. I believe that I can add this. I like that ever ascending vocal. That's really nice. Yeah, this is very pretty. Yes, please remember, November 1st of 2024 to now is the time frame of which songs can be suggested.
I've been waiting for this moment you were sent to me. I believe.
All right. Good having you, Jade. Take care. Classic 4-chord. Hey, it works for a reason. It's popular for a reason, I should say. It works. Swedish House Mafia. We do love ourselves some good old-fashioned Swedish House Mafia. I'll take a look and see. 2025. There we go. 2025. So brand new Swedish House Mafia. We do like that. Add to queue. Okay. Next up, this is going to be interesting. VR by Sanzi and Hoyo Mix. This was from that album that I found that had 150 songs in it. So this is going to be fascinating to say the least. I should also mention, first off, this is vibey, by the way, like, first of all. But secondly, I should mention, if anyone wants to add to the suggestions by way of having it in Discord, in my Discord server, I have a thread that I created for 2025 EDM mix suggestions in the Dragon's Rave room. So if anyone wants to put them in there, that's also a place where you can do it if you're not in the Discord server already. So, like I said before, I have fixed the invite link to the server. So if you want to join the server and suggest songs in there, that would also be a viable way to do so, especially if you're suggesting songs from once the stream is over as well. Let's continue. If I run out of suggestions from you guys in the chat, I'm gonna take a look at the stuff that I find in there. Very acidy. I like it. Sorry about that. Ah. We don't have that many people around. I might call the stream early, actually. Because without people here to suggest stuff, I can't really, like, keep this going. We did get a lot of good material, though, I will say. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna add this in. This feels like I was talking about earlier. This definitely like reminds me of like back when I used to mix like Global Digitalities 1 and 2. This definitely gives me that same kind of feeling because I feel like this kind of stuff is like very, trance adjacent. It's like free forming. It's, it's free flowing. It's like, it doesn't really stick to any particular tropes. It doesn't it just does its own thing, which I think is really cool. And again, songs that remind me of how I used to mix, they're very, very much a win in my book. So, okay, Faint, DJ Sally, Bloom. I'll add that to the queue. Let's continue. ZZZ has some good stuff. Not sure who that is. But yeah, alright. Take care, Gundam. Good having you. I apparently already listened to Venom by New Year, but I'll add it to the queue to remind myself how it goes. Zenless Zone Zero, right. Whoa! Where'd that come from? I have already checked out Sound of You, Yesterson. Sure. I mean, if they're anything like this, by all means. This is vibey as hell. I like this. Those drums are a little weird. They're like off sync. I don't know how else to put it. It's very odd. Oh, but it's still a vibe though. It's just... Whoa, this is brand new. Faint Divided Sky. This was released yesterday. Okay, I'll add it to the queue, for sure. Yes, I love the acidy stuff in this. This is good. With the grit, too? Yes, we've got ourselves a good queue going on here. Oh boy, trying to search for songs that are in a different language though, I am admittedly a little scared just because I don't know like how easy it'll be for me to search them. Man, especially because of the fact that like normally, in a playlist, it takes me right to the song if I click on it. But, here. Yeah, I see it right here. I'll go ahead and add it to the queue. There we go. From here, rather than just clicking on it and just, like, looking for it. So the track immediately after the one you just... Okay. Got it. Well, I figured it out. I'll see what I can do. Next up we have Shadow Circuit by Blind. It's a long song, so we'll see how this goes. I might use this as an opportunity to also look for new stuff for you guys, from you guys. We're getting a lot of trance-adjacent, techno-adjacent stuff in this. I'm not unhappy with that though. Kind of cool vibes. See, this is why I'm glad I did this today, because I would never have found this stuff if it weren't for you guys. Yeah, this is totally trance adjacent stuff. I don't listen to enough trance. So good, man. So good. I don't know how I would use this, but it is a vibe. There's some, like, y'all are suggesting some really good stuff. I like the chords, too. I like to suggest niche stuff sometimes. That's good. I like niche stuff. Blind was a prominent OC remix guy, remixing tons of video game stuff, and in recent years he's produced and released some originals. Okay. And that's who I'm listening to right now. Cool. All right. I can see the influence for sure. It's a long song, though, so I'm going to kind of scrub through it a little bit. Yes, more acid stuff. Stuff like this reminds me of Laser Quest, like the place I actually used to go to play laser tag at. Some of it is samey. That's fine. I don't mind it. As long as it, like, stands out in a way that I can, like, make it work. Yeah, absolutely I could work with it. Lost Sky and Anna Yvette, Carry On. Let me add that to the queue. That was indeed this year. I will add it to the queue. Scrub through. Alright, and then it just does this again. Alright, cool. Well, I have gone ahead and added it to the mix playlist, so there you go. Next up, we have Take Me Away Extended Mix, also by Blind. So this might be another one I start to scrub through, because I do want to start getting through these a little quicker, because y'all are starting to go rapid fire on the suggestions, which I really appreciate, but it does mean I'm going to have to start going, like, scrubbing through the suggestions a little bit. All right. Are we sure this isn't just the same song? Nah, that's okay. It's good to just have you here, regardless. This one has lyrics? Okay. I'm all for that. Ah. It also has... This is also the extended mix. So I might scrub through it a little bit. Cool. I like that. These vocals kind of make me think of, like, almost like an 80s kind of aesthetic. Not in a bad way, though. It's kind of pretty. Ooh. Alright, let's see where this builds to. Very pretty. Bit synthwavy without being synth. That's a really good way to put it, actually. I like that description. It's trance wave. Trance wave, that's what it is. I feel like the kick could be a little bit more boomy. Just a little bit more standout-ish, I feel. Because it feels like the energy really dips at this point. And not necessarily in a good way. Here we go, here we go. See, now it comes back in. We got a new Tobu song I added to the queue. On NCS, no less. I didn't know Tobu was back on NCS. That's kind of cool. All right, let me scrub through this a little bit. Another build. I'm not sure I'm vibing with this one as much. Think you've heard the bulk of it? Yeah, okay. I'm honestly not really vibing with this one as much. Personally, I feel like it dips a little too much at the most crucial points. So, yeah, I'm not too fond of that one. Okay, so let's move on. Next up, we've got Swedish House Mafia, Wait So Long, Why Do I Have To? Oh, like the percussion. So far, this is just very radio friendly. It's well produced, but it doesn't feel like it's doing much so far. Well, I say that and then they do that in the background. I like the fluttery. That's a trend I've noticed. Anytime something fluttery comes in, I really start to like it a little bit more. I should keep that in mind for my own songs. It's very repetitive so far. I like that. What is holding you? But otherwise, it's very repetitive, unfortunately. Maybe it'll be better in the second drop. No, I don't think so. I'm not vibing with this one either as much as I wanna. I feel like Swedish House Mafia is capable of so much more than that. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyways, next up we have Faint and DJ Sally with Bloom.
In the streets of a city where dreams align.
I was expecting this to be D&B because it's Faint. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just a little surprised. Very pretty. Ethereal. All right, let's see what this is. That certainly is different. I like that. I could see myself working with this. Yeah, I'll add this. It's trancey, but it's got some like bassiness to it, which I really like. And again, it's different enough that it reminds me of Global Digitality 1 and 2, which, you know, that's a win in my book. I'm finding that's like the recurring theme right now, is that if it reminds me of stuff from back then it's got, you know, it's got a lot of promise. All right. Is it speeding up? I should have known. I should have known. I was talking about how there wasn't enough, how this was surprisingly not D&B because it's faint, and there it is. I love songs with unexpected twists. If done correctly, they're awesome. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Nothing too crazy special, but I could see it working. I'm still keeping it in the playlist. It's really good. Yeah, I still think that could work. Let's see. I think we'll do a few more and then we'll call it here. Next up we have New Year, NWYR, with Venom, which I apparently already liked on Spotify. So I'm curious as to whether or not I like it enough to add to the playlist. We'll see. But I apparently already liked this song, as you see here. This was from this year, right? Yeah, it was. I'll add it. I'm surprised I didn't. There's also an extended mix. I could take a look at that too. Let me scrub through a little bit. Yeah. It's very straightforward with its idea, but I think it could work. Absolutely. Yeah. This is probably one of the easiest ads so far. Next up we have Wario, I think. Warryo. Wario, I think, with Dunes. Boom Kitty, is that you? I mean, it's called Dunes. I should have expected that. Whoa! Oh, and this is on NCS, too. Arabian Nights. Yeah, it very much is. Arabian Night. Fits the theme. Keep it fun. Oh. I like little fills like that. I wonder if it's gonna go anywhere. So far, it might be. Interesting. Okay. Not what I was expecting. I just can't get over how much this reminds me of Boom Kitty. I might, Dang, okay. Yeah. That's good. I like that. Hey, Sivler, good to have you here. Yeah, this is an easy add to the playlist for sure. I think what I can do, because it's kind of free-flowing and it pretty much isn't really like, doesn't really have a drop. I feel like I'm going to use it to transition into another song, if that makes sense. I'll have it be like a little break section in the middle before it transitions into something else. I think that's what I'll go with. How's it going? Going pretty all right. What we're doing is I'm not making a mix today. Instead, what we're doing for the most part is I am taking your guys' song suggestions to add to the playlist that's in the pinned chat message in the stream chat. So what we're doing essentially is adding to the playlist and gathering material for next week when I start making the mix on stream. I think that's the move to go with, because I feel like the more material we come at this mix with, the better it could possibly be. The more options we have, essentially. That is how I feel, anyways. So, right now we have... Next up we have Faint with Divided Sky. So yeah, by all means, suggest as much stuff as y'all want to. I am looking for material from November 1st of last year to now. Anything within that time frame is what I'm looking for. All right, more D&B. Kind of reminds me of Sad Machine. Not too much a fan of that snare. It's very noisy. The idea is kind of nice, though. I'm not sure about this one. It's a nice vibe, but I'm not vibing with it too much. Tell me this doesn't sound like Sad Machine, though. Yeah, I can... You know what? I'll give it a chance. I'll go ahead and add it to the playlist. Let me scrub through a little bit. Yeah, it's very repetitive, though. I will say, it is a little repetitive. Still good enough to add. So, let's see. Is anyone else suggesting stuff? Not yet. So I'll keep going. Ali and Fia... Fairy Tale, Take Me Higher is next. More trance stuff. I do love that we're getting a lot of trance stuff today. Wait, let me guess. This also has an extended mix. That sounds like it has an extended mix. Not on here. So if it does, it's probably elsewhere. Hang on. Where are you? Immediately sounds like it's from the O's. Yeah, I agree.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too? Pull me under.
So ethereal. There's a lot. Yep, I knew it. There is an extended mix. The way that faded in immediately made me think. But yeah, I love the amount of trance stuff we're getting today. It's very different. Maybe this is the year that we start really looking more into trance stuff too. No, I will not be accepting anything AI related. Please and thank you. Unless it's a track that's about AI, sure. But if it's AI generated itself, no. That's not music. That's a conglomeration abomination. Alright, let's see how this is. What's the drop of this gonna sound like? Ooh, I like that synth coming in. Ah, dreamy. I appreciate that, Mega Lamb. This is a good addition. I will absolutely add this in. Good stuff. All right, I think we've heard enough. Next up, we have Sanzi and Hoyo mix again with a song that is in another language that I cannot nor will I be able to pronounce. But yeah. Chinese. And there are no lyrics. Again, the lack of lyrics is not an issue for me. I wonder what this song is in English. I'm curious. Jeez. Hoyle Mix indeed. We already have another one of these songs from earlier, from this same exact album. Even though the title is in Chinese. Yeah, I know, but I want to know how I can better find it. Yes. This is vibey. I like this. Dude. This is like one of the most bizarre finds, but in a good way. That came out of nowhere. All right, let me see. What is this? Multi-bass system is what it's called. Duojin Z. Just did a Chinese to English translation, and that's what I got. Yeah, this is vibey. I really like this. This was another one of the easiest additions. Well, no, I know it doesn't help track it down, but unfortunately Mixcraft doesn't like when I add foreign characters into titles of tracks, so I have to rename it in order to add it in. So multi-bass system is what it's called. So I'll title it that when I make it in the mix. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird how it works. It makes sense that it wouldn't really like foreign characters, but I guess it kind of makes... But yeah, it's a little tricky to work with. Yeah. All right. More song suggestions. Next up we have John O'Callaghan, Memphis. It's also known as Endless Tower because it's the theme for Endless Tower Battle Mode. Okay, that's good to know. Mixcraft is like that? Yeah. You would know, having worked with it. One of the few people working with it that I know of. Again, another very ethereal, I'm guessing, trance track. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I've not been giving trance enough chances. This is good. Is my mic still cutting through? Cool. Do let me know if my mic cuts out, please, by all means. Because if it cuts out, I'm not going to notice. Unless I'm, like, paying attention. I miss Epic Trance. It's good stuff. Again, it makes me think of, like, laser tag back in the day, when I used to go to Laser Quest all the time. Such a shame that place closed down. Maybe it'll reopen in the future, but for now, all we have is the memories. Oh, the piano. Ooh, so pretty, so twinkly, ethereal. That's like... Oh yeah, sure, I get you there. I feel like trance music would be like a really perfect thing to listen to on a good old rainy day, you know? It's raining, it's pouring outside. Put on some trance. You'll feel one with the rain. That's how I feel. I've been wanting to make a rainy day themed mix for a while now, and I feel like this kind of trance music would be really good for that. Maybe sometime in 2026. God, that feels weird to say. 2026. I'm still processing that we're in 2025. Yes, this is a good song. This has been added. All right, more song suggestions. More. I'll keep going until 4:45, I'd say. So that's about a little over 15 minutes from now. Next up, we have Lost Guy and Anna Yvette with Carry On. I do like Anna Yvette's vocals. Sivler, I haven't seen you suggest anything yet. Do you want to suggest anything? Oh, where's this going? Is this gonna be more future bass? We don't have enough future bass. Whoa. Again, flutteriness. Yes. The fact that I can already catch on to the pattern. Yes, that's an easy addition, for sure. It's a little different, and it doesn't have as much energy as I would like, but the idea is unique enough in itself that I think it's worth adding, for sure. Let me scrub ahead a little bit. It's very epic. I think Anna Yvette is one of those vocalists out there that has like a distinct enough vocal timbre that you can, if you listen to her enough, you could probably pick her apart from the crowd of like many female vocalists in EDM, I think. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. What else? Next up we have K391, Nick Strand, and Hope Prox with Afterglow. That's the same key. I thought that was almost the same song for a second.
The bonfire is still in my chest, the holy sun. Can you hear the sparks you left? The sparks you left. I'm running out of time. The smoke is everywhere, and I can barely breathe. So can you light the fire?
Makes your job of mixing the music. Exactly.
'Cause now I live off your afterglow.
Different kind of trance. It's like festival trance. Festival, like house trance. Like a hybrid of sorts. It's kind of cool. I like the vocals, but I feel like this song is another one of those that's a little held back. But maybe that's the point for this one, I feel. I don't know. I'm not quite vibing with this one too much. I like the panning. It's not that it doesn't have the flutteriness. It's just that I don't really feel like it has a lot of like standout qualities to it. Not in my eyes, I don't think. At least it doesn't feel like there's much to it. Okay, let's continue. Next up, we have Tobu, Live Your Life.
Hey, you, don't you worry about a thing. Oh no.
Do we have any vocal credits?
Every day is just a brand new start.
Nothing credited. Interesting.
Many dreams are waiting for you. Sing, hey, it's all
Do we have any last second additions to the suggestions? If y'all have anything else to add, now's the time to do it. Well, this is your last chance to get stuff in.
so live your life, live your way. Your way. It's okay, it's okay. Oh, live your life. Gotta live it your way.
Almost Avicii-esque. It's kind of cool in that regard. Please. Dang it. I was hoping it wouldn't do that. I don't like when songs only have like half of a drop to then do like a full drop in the second half. I don't like when they do that.
I know sometimes things may seem dear. Hey, be tomorrow's gonna be a new
Yeah, that's fine. By all means.
it's okay.
I'm down for some more Deltarune if you guys want to suggest something from that.
Gotta live it your way.
See, why couldn't it have done this the first time? I'll add it, but I'm a little upset about that. Yeah, like that synth. It's really nice. It's different. And I like that. I wish that it carried through from the first drop, but it unfortunately didn't. Next up we have Daxon and J. Colt with Beyond Belief. More trance. Very acidy trance, which I really like. This has to come from an extended mix, surely. Ruder Buster by Note Block, Deltarune Remix. I will absolutely add that to the queue. Like I said, I am totally down for some Deltarune stuff. So, I hope it's not like Minecraft Note Block kind of stuff. Because if it is, I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Well, I don't think... Oh, well, now I don't know. I mean, we'll know when we get to it. We're only a few songs away from it. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Long build-ups. That's something I'm noticing in a lot of trance, is the long build-ups. Not that I mind, just worth keeping in mind. It's different, and I like different. I can work with this. Good stuff. Let me scrub through this a little bit. This is another one of those songs that I feel like I can very easily like let it play through until it gets to the next track, essentially. Just let it like be a transitioning track, essentially. Next up we have Who We Are by Otagon, featuring Giuseppe Araviani. More trance, but maybe also techno. The Fat Rat Whispers. Ah, that's such a shame. September 27th of 2024. You know why that's a shame? Because Ray Tracer was also released in that EP, and I really like that song. If that were qualified, I would add that too. But unfortunately, it's in September 27th of 2024. Oh, the video was 11 months ago. Yeah. Death by Glamour VGR remix. I actually already have that. So we're good in that regard. But again, it's such a shame because I really like Ray Tracer a lot. If it were up to me, I'd add it, but it is up to me. What am I saying? I'm making the rules for this mix. It's too far back. I don't think so. How about this? I will add Ray Tracer and Whispers to the Anything Goes mix if you keep that in mind. So after this year is over and I go back to the Anything Goes mix, keep those songs in mind and I will add them. Can you do that for me? Because I'll try to remember, but if I can't, I'm going to rely on you to do that for me because I really want to add those. Anyways. I was about to say, but nah, you've set a reasonable hardline. Yeah, I try. Like, I don't try to limit myself. I just feel like, excuse me, I just feel like having some reasonable criteria to work off of gives me more of an easier time to work with in terms of theming. Can't always catch these streams, but we'll see. I will say to that, I don't plan on making these streams as late as they are all the time. It's just the fact that I keep on staying up too late the night before that I end up having to push the start time of the stream to a little later, which is a little annoying. Have I seen list of song suggestions in the Discord thread you made for those specific weeks? I did, and I will check those out since I'm almost we're almost out of time, but I will check those out in full when I get more of a chance off stream. But I did see your big list. I have Obelisk. I have Slash Inferno, not Slash. It's funny. Earlier, the chat convinced me to take another look at it, and the second drop convinced me to add it because I thought it was really nice. Danger by Boom Kitty and Timonite. I don't think I know that one. off the top of my head anyways. Maybe I do. Heave Ho I have. Underworld I have. Temanite and Nasco remix of Snowblind I have. The Modus and Agent 001 remix. Yeah, I think I added that one. The Kalen remix of Snowblind. Extruller and Towler remix I haven't checked out. Last Chance I checked out in this stream, and yes, I did add that one. Creo, Prophecy, and Into the Light. I haven't checked out those yet, but those are definite contenders. Diviner's Change. 777 and Feb's Variable Pressure. I don't know that one. Nocturne by Hyper Potions and MDK. Interesting. Shadow Glow, JJD, and Assertion Lighthouse. Let me stay. Skyline. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. Okay, Death by Glamour VGN remix and Wario Dunes. Those two songs I did add. All the rest that I see here, I either already checked out and have already, or I haven't even heard of yet. So we'll see how it goes. Some NCS songs in there. We do like NCS. The time doesn't bother me. Work freelance random days, unknown much in advance. So whether I know it, that makes sense. I getcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, just be on the lookout for the notifications for when I go live. I guess, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Who We Are. This track I'm not really vibing with too much. I'm gonna skip ahead to the next one, which is Symmetric. 4 o'clock in the morning.
You look like you're in another world, but I can read your mind. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's starting to get alive. You look like you're in another world, but I can read your mind.
Can you now?
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and
Is this trance again?
it's starting to get alive. You look like you're in another world, but I can
Not vibing with this one so far.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's starting to get
Like, I'm trying to dance to it to get into it, but it's not really working for me. Oh, shoot. Hey, Mega Lamb, I got some good news for you. You know how you suggested Whispers and how there was a released 11 months ago kind of thing? I found out why. It's because the Fat Rat did a 10th anniversary compilation of Unity as a full-on re-release, which I was not expecting. And not only does it have, the titular track of Unity, it's got Ray Tracer and Whispers as well. So, you know what? I might take a look through this compilation and see if I can add anything in here. Maybe not like old songs, but stuff that's like, new enough. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm adding Ray Tracer, and I'll take a look at Whispers to close off. Ray Tracer, we'll add that to the 2025 mix, specifically from the 10th anniversary compilation of Unity. Loopholes for the win, indeed. Especially, how I'm accepting that as well? It's the fact that Knock 2 did some pre-releases for his album, and when he finally released the album, 3 of those songs were also added to that album, and those same songs I added back into this playlist from there. So, yeah, absolutely. We're making it work, for sure. But yeah, so FUM version of Jackpot. I don't know that one. That might be exclusive to this, so maybe I'll take a look at that too. I gotta just take a look at this whole compilation as a whole and see just go from there. It's another, this is one of those albums I gotta take a look at off stream, because I do want to listen to some albums that came out this year, but off stream. But yeah, this 4 o'clock in the morning track, not really a big fan, so I'm gonna move on to Rooter Buster Deltarune Remix by Noteblock. Let's see what this is. Oh, was it? I would never have known. Maybe I'll also add Unity in that case to do the same thing, since it has like a new lyric version too. Freaking Susie's laugh. I did say keep it fun. And y'all are definitely keeping it fun today. Fun, fun, fun indeed. Fun, fun, fun. That's the most important thing around here. Whoa! I'm adding this. This is good. Alright, let's see how this goes, and then we'll skip ahead. I like that bass line. The synth used for the bass is really cool. All right, Sif, go ahead. Yeah, that was a good song. You got something from Hoyo Mix as well. Okay. As long as it fits the criteria, go ahead. By all means. In the meantime, we're going to listen to Whispers by the Fat Rat, specifically from the Unity 10th Anniversary compilation. Whoa, already? Are we just getting into it? We're only 10 seconds in and we're already there. Sure. I guess if Jackpot does it, then this song can too. I like the piano. This is such a diverse song. Man. Yeah. This is what I was looking for. This is the fun I was talking about, man. Chrissy Costanza, I assume, is the English version. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll add this to the queue. We'll make that the last track we take a look at today. Whoa. Key change! You do indeed. And around here, so do we. Alright, last but not least, we're gonna take a look at Blazing Heart by Hoyo Mix and Chrissy Costanza, the English version, suggested by Civ. Let's take a listen. Ooh. Oh, it's from Genshin. Ooh. This is vibey.
When the night is closing in and you feel the darkness growing, hope is fading every day. Deep in my heart there is a fire glowing, light the spark and hear the engines roaring. Ride with me through the sun together, we'll find a way. Let
I believe it. I like this. Yeah. And yeah, this totally fits the criteria. It was released in a good time for the mix, and it's fun. I feel like we're definitely gonna have fun with our canvas when we come back to do the mix next week. Yeah, for sure. This has been fun. I definitely got more of stuff I wasn't expecting, for sure. Great discovering a bunch of new songs to add to your own playlist. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely got more than what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot of dubstep, house, and like, you know, mid-tempo glitchy kind of stuff, what I'm used to on this channel. But y'all gave me a lot of like, mostly trance stuff, which was not what I was expecting. And you know what? I'm down for that. So, yeah. With that, I think now is a good time to end off the stream on a really good high note. Because I think we got ourselves a bunch of new material, a bunch of good new material. And this is a good song to end off on. I added this to the mix as well. I think this is an absolutely, like... You joined the stream very late, but oh well. Yeah, but it's good to have you regardless, so thanks for joining in. In any case, thank you all for joining in. And I can't wait to start this mix next week. He absolutely does. Not all of them are hits for me, but a lot of them are really fun, for sure. Like this one, absolutely. Absolutely, Civ. It was great to have y'all here, and we got a bunch of good material for when we start the mix next week. Like I said, I'm gonna be listening and collecting to more stuff in the coming week, off camera, and by proxy, there we go. I'm also going to go ahead and potentially... Don't let us finish with Honk. No, I won't. I won't do that to y'all. Have you listened to Honk by the Fat Rat? I'll listen to that in my own time. But yeah, I'll probably start the mix off camera as well. We'll see how it goes. But until then, once again, thank you guys for joining in. And I can't wait to see you guys next week when we get started on the mix. And in any case, good having you all here. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Peace.